So tell us from your perspective, what is structured water?
Well, everything structures water in its own extent. Every plant, every tree, even us, even our organs structure water, and each organ structures it a little differently. So my first experience learning about structured water was with the city I worked for. My supervisor couldn't make it to one of these meetings, so I went to this class for $800, and it was how to underbid other contractors on transplanting trees. And they said that if you use this water restructuring device, that the trees would take 30% less water to establish, and you would have 0% mortality. Now, if I plant 100 palm trees, I've always got 6 or 8 that die. It doesn't matter who you are, how good a care you do, how they've been abused before you get them, left on the truck in the sun for weeks, whatever. And for them to say you have 0% mortality was just phenomenal. And they went through how their machine worked. They could put it on a trailer or a truck, and et cetera, et cetera. And my city wasn't interested in it, but something had a little spark in me. So as time went by, I started looking and trying to find out, trying to make my own devices and seeing what was in other parts of the world and this and that. And then the universe got me into Qigong, and I met somebody from Qigong, and I was telling her about my endeavors to build and make a structured water device. And the lady says, "Oh, I know a man who's selling a bunch of those. I'll get you in touch with them." And within an hour or so, I was on the phone with Patrick. So then, I took everything I knew about trees and plants and how to structure the water benefited them, and realized the same was true for people.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So, so structured water is this living water that causes a better result in everything, right? All biology.
Yes.
How would you say it's doing that? Like, what would you say are the mechanics that are going on that make some water structured and not other water structured?
Well, as you had mentioned, I like to be a student of nature and teach people that just take water as it goes down a stream. It goes down a waterfall, and every time it hits a rock and goes around it, it makes clockwise and counterclockwise vortexes. And the vortexes break the water down into smaller and smaller and smaller microclusters, which is then something which is very easy to get into the vascular channels of the plant cells, animal and people cells. So you need these microclusters in order for the water to be absorbed through the vascular channel of the cell, whether plant, animal, human. And the city water sits in the dark, under pressure, not moving, completely unnatural, all night while you sleep. And the water is pushed together under great pressure, and the molecules of water get larger and larger and larger. When you go to drink them, they don't fit in your vascular channel. So your body has a hard time getting any water from city water, tap water. And your plants would have the same problem.